Use measurements that you have right here on your beautiful body. I can guarantee you that after a few weeks of doing this, this tip might blow your mind. And that, my friends, is what leads to big results. Hey everybody, my name is Lucy Dunne and I am the founder of Dunne, which is an online personal training company. And today I'm so excited to talk to you about how to actually start tracking and entering and living your best life when it comes to macronutrients. In a few of my previous videos, I've gone over all the nitty-gritty details about how to find the best ratios for weight loss, how to calculate your macronutrients, and all of that good stuff. But today we're diving right into the deep end of how to actually start with this, how to press that green, beautiful go button, and how to make actual changes in your life that are going to last. And my approach to this is really different to a lot of the other approaches out there. It doesn't need to be perfect. We are not going to like some sort of competition. We're not looking to stand up on the podiums and take the award for how awesome we are at our macronutrients. We can have our own little private party over here. Don't worry about that. But when we're talking about actually tracking macronutrients, we don't need to be so perfect to the point that it actually holds us back from doing it. And so this video is all about my top tips around actually putting it into practice and starting to track your macronutrients. And these were a game changer for me. When I was trying to learn about food, what to eat, what was going to help me lose weight. For those of you who don't know much about my story, there's some images here flashing on the screen of what my transformation looked like. And it wasn't an easy road. I was so used to restricting my calories, eating around that magical 1200 number. And I remember the first time I started tracking macronutrients, it added up to about 2,500 calories a day. So this is like more than double what I've been eating in a normal day. And I couldn't believe it. I was so scared to do it. But what I want you to know is that a lot of the reasons we're not seeing these results, especially when it comes to weight loss, is ladies, we're not eating enough. We're not putting in enough food for our body to trust us and for it to say, okay, I'll get rid of that fat and I will generate some results for you. And so this video is all about how we actually go from where we're at right now to making macronutrients happen. And you can start right after this video because it's that simple. So the first tip that I have for you, and this is if you already have macronutrients calculated, you kind of know what those numbers and ratios are. If you don't, go ahead and watch those other videos because those are going to be very helpful for you into determining what you actually need to be eating for your best results. But in this video, we're going to go straight into like the nitty gritty of what we need to be doing. So the first tip I have around this for you is to use measurements that you have right here on your beautiful body. So it doesn't need to be perfect. We do not need to go out and buy a kitchen scale. We do not need to go and buy all these measuring cups to get everything perfect. Here it is. It's so simple. Make a fist with your hand right now. This is around 1 cup of whatever you're measuring. You have it right here. Just try and eyeball it. 1 cup of whatever you're consuming. Open up that beautiful hand. Your palm here is around 3 to 4 ounces. If you're doing something that's like meat or a protein, 3 to 4 ounces around the size of the palm of your hand, that's going to give you that result that you're looking for. Around abouts, right? So we're not trying to be perfect here. This is a great indication. We never want to get to the point where we're tracking everything down to a T anyway. So this is perfect. So we have our 1 cup, we have our 3 to 4 ounces, and then give me a big thumbs up, because this is a tablespoon right here. So around the top part of your thumb is a great way to measure in a pinch when we're not looking to weigh our food, we're not looking to measure our food with all of the, tools and utensils that maybe we don't have and we don't honestly need them. And so this is a great way to get started. When it comes to macronutrients, you can start to measure out your food and portion it out using just your hand, and then you'll be off to the races. You'll be feeling more empowered than ever. And I can guarantee you that after a few weeks of doing this and being more mindful around how much you're actually consuming, it will make a big difference. The second tip I have for you around getting started with macronutrients is using an app to track things. So the number one tool that I recommend people use, just because it's easy, just because it's simple, don't hate on me for what I'm about to recommend. Stay with me, because if you're like me, the reason I say this is you've probably had a bad experience with this app. I had so many people put me into this app and tell me to track my calories. And when it was coming to the time where I was learning all about macronutrients a number of years ago, I was like, you want me to use MyFitnessPal. I said it. MyFitnessPal is the app that I recommend. But hear me out. It has such a large database that nothing compares to it. We don't have any, there's other macronutrient tracking apps out there. In my opinion, MyFitnessPal is one that has such a large database that when we're looking at it just from a macronutrient standpoint, it helps us out immensely. So we can enter our food in there. It's going to instantly spit out before we've even logged it. We can just see the numbers without even actually pressing it into our diary. We can see the numbers of proteins, fats, and carbs that are in what we're about to eat. There's going to be so many options when it comes to takeout and grocery stores and all of these things that make it a lot easier for you. And so that's my second tip around macronutrients and getting started, is using something like MyFitnessPal to enter in your food and have it do the work for you versus spreadsheets or the good old pen and paper. This tip might blow your mind. It's all about eating foods that you actually like. So when people think about weight loss, when people think about getting results, our minds often go straight to, we need to eat salads and broccoli and chicken and rice. Bleh. Like, who wants to eat that stuff all of the time? Definitely not me, and I'm gonna guess, if you've made it this far in the video, probably not you. And so start with foods that you like. Start with foods that actually appeal to your taste buds. Start with foods that are easy to prepare and that you enjoy. This makes it so much easier, to the point where you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You have these foods that you like, you start entering them in, and you learn about the nutritional value that they have. And from there, you can make slight changes. So for example, if you really like pasta, your Italian food, you absolutely love it. Start by entering that in and then realizing, this dish doesn't actually have a lot of protein in it. What can I add in addition to this dish that I'm already liking, that I'm already enjoying? How can I make this, maybe a little bit higher in protein? And how can I add a healthy source of fat to this dish? So we're not making life changes that are drastic here. We're making small, tiny, little changes to the foods that we already like and that we're already eating. And that, my friends, is what leads to big results. The fourth tip I have for you around this is a little bit of planning and preparation goes a long way. So I recommend you plan and prepare the night before. When you're using a tool like MyFitnessPal, what you can do is enter in food ahead of time. Like, how cool is that? For the type A people, this is just like a game changer. You can have your list, you can check it off as you go, and we are off to the races, rocking and rolling, ticking boxes and taking names while we do it. But the best part about this is that you don't have to then think about it the next day. You don't have to be, 100 grams off a number that you're trying to hit when it comes to learning all about macronutrients, and you're sitting in the fridge being like, what do I eat that's going to make up for this number? No, you don't run into that problem. Or the thing that I see the most common is that we're so hungry and we don't really have something planned and prepared, and then all of a sudden we eat something, we feel guilty about it, and then we wish that we had done a little bit better or had done something a little bit differently. This isn't to say no to those fun foods. This isn't to say that a bag of chips that you just crushed while you're watching Netflix is the wrong thing to do. Please don't get it twisted. I love chips. I love all those sweets and those candies and those goodies, and they are part of everyday life. But when we're actually trying to focus on hitting these numbers for the results we're going for, it can be so helpful to plan a little bit the night before. Enter a few of those foods in that you love, that you want to eat, that appeal to you. If you're entering things in the night before and you're like, ugh, I'm not excited about that food, that's an indication, time to get rid of it. Find something else. There's so many ways that you can slice and dice this to get the end result that you're looking for. And so my tip around this is to plan, prepare the night before, set yourself up for success. My final tip, and I want this one to really drive home, I want this to sink in. So take a deep breath and just okay, I'm ready for it. Do your best. That's it. All you can do is your best, and your best is more than enough. When it comes to macronutrients, we are not trying to be perfect here. If you're trying to be perfect, this probably is not the thing for you, because it's actually very difficult to get everything down to a gram. It's like a mathematical equation. You'll be with a chalkboard and writing all of the numbers up there to try and get it to line up. If that's your jam, go for it. I will not hold it against you, but I'll be over here just trying to be my best, and I really hope that you join me with that. So I know that there's so many people who are struggling to get started when it comes to macronutrients. You maybe have your numbers figured out, you have a rough idea of what you should be eating, but you need some help, you need some support, you need some accountability around it. And that's exactly why I've created this free trial for you. I would love to see you on the inside. Not only do you get some information around macronutrients and what that looks like for your life, but you also get a ton of other goodies like workouts and chances to win prizes. We've got daily challenges going on, not to mention one of the most badass communities going around. So please click the link, grab your free trial spot. I cannot wait to see you on the inside. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making it this far in the video. Like, that's amazing. You're awesome. You're already doing the hard stuff. But now what I really want for you is that you actually put some of these things that you've learned into practice, even if it's just for a week. Do your best, try all of these things that you have been taking in when it comes to the world of macronutrients, and please know, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just start and keep making small little changes every single day to be the best version of yourself, and after just a few weeks, you will notice changes, you will notice results, and I'm so excited for you. So I wanna say thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, chances are there's someone else that's probably gonna find this helpful. So it would mean the world to me if you could share this video with someone that needs to hear it, needs to watch it, needs to listen to it, whatever is going on there. And before you go, please like it. That would also mean the world to me. And if you're feeling just extra generous today, you're like, I need to throw out all of the love, subscribe to my channel. That helps me out as well. And it helps get this message and other important messages that I have coming out to all of the people that need it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see you for a video next week.